What's up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of March 5th. I'm your host, King Kaiser, and this is the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. Joining us once again for his second show, the Fast and the Furious, Ian.
Yo.
We've got the
That's all
ace.
I gotta say.
We've got the ace attorney, Dapper Dastard.
Plan to make my mark.
All right. We've got the snapshot crackshot, the Fisher King.
Tiny Tate's cookies is all. It's the only bit.
That's nothing. This is nothing.
He held up a bottle of fucking Maker's Mark. I don't want to hear your shit.
I made a pun though.
Yeah, he did.
Fine. Here's a duck.
I don't know how that's a pun.
Yeah, it's still not, okay.
Squirrel. What?
And last but not least, we have Master Hand Mizuki.
I would like to take this time to wish the PlayStation 2
You
a
suck.
happy 20th birthday.
Quick shout out
You
to
say the same.
PAX East this weekend. I was there. Got to play a lot of cool games, talked to a lot of cool people. Actually, it's a little hot in here. I'm going to take this off real quick. Just had a good time. And actually, my light I have is just a little bright. I'm going to put on my hat to kind of block some of that light. I've got a thing on. There we go. Got to play a lot of cool games this weekend. Shout outs to the people from Harmonix. Fuser is the best game of all time. No, I'm just kidding.
And,
it was
our sponsor, Maneater.
It was honestly, I stand by everything I said. Fuser is not going to set the world on fire. I'm actually worried about the future of Harmonix, but it is very impressive technology.
And I'm always down.
That was a turn.
Yeah, it was really impressive. I just don't think that it's gonna sell well. It's a hard sell. So good luck to them. Speaking of, though, games at PAX East, do have a new video up live right now on the best indie games. On a bunch of indie games that I got to preview there, so check that as well. But let's get into the show. Starting off, as always, the trivia question for this week.
Balls.
I do have just a quick bit. This is going to change things up a little bit here. If somebody can finish this famous gaming phrase, you will get to go first before we ask the numbered trivia question. But gentlemen, what is a man?
But a
miserable
miserable
pile of
pile of
Pile of secrets.
Okay, well, you know what? Screw it. I figured everybody's going to get it. But going back to what Mizuki was
What
saying
is that
before.
from?
There we go.
It's from
Castlevania
the original translation of Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh, never played that game. That's why.
In the
Missing out.
PSP
I haven't either. It's just one of
remake,
the most
they
well-known
changed it. They
gaming
retranslated
quotes.
it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so the actual trivia question that I'm not going to give that to anybody, so because two of you got it tied.
How many secrets are in?
A man.
How many wall chickens are there?
As Mizuki brought up, this is the 20th anniversary of the PlayStation 2. I do have two questions here because I'm worried that somebody will get this dead on. What is the exact copy of PlayStation 2s that have been sold? It is the best.
125 million.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but you didn't get it perfectly right.
Why is it always? Why is every
6
week?
million.
How much did this console sell? It's every week we do this fucking.
Listen, there's only so many consoles. Also, this one's perfect. It's usually how many copies did a game sell? It's the best-selling
I'm going
console of all time.
126
It didn't be a numbered question.
Yeah.
Wait,
This is
fuck.
the
What did
easiest
you
numbered
what did you
question
say?
to think of.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
120 million.
Didn't he say 155? Isn't that the number?
No,
I
he-
said 125.
Oh, wasn't it 155 million?
You gonna say 155 for your answer?
155. Yeah.
Okay.
I went with 126.
And Dapper, where are you going?
120.
All right. The correct answer is 157 million. So
Fuck.
Fisher will be going first.
They sold 2 million more apparently.
Yeah.
And those new PS2s coming out.
Right. They're still manufacturing them. So Fisher will be first, followed by I think Ian. You picked one above. You dirtbagged Mizuki, and then Mizuki, then Dapper. All right, let's go over this week's topics. Oh,
I was gonna ask what the second trivia question was.
Oh, yeah. You know what? This is a good trivia, actually. How many games were published for the PlayStation 2?
Oh, whoa.
That's a good question, right?
That's an interesting question. I have no idea. I'm 8,000.
Surprisingly,
Going with-
not that high.
What do you
Really?
mean? That's an insane amount of games.
Yeah, but the PS2
1300.
also was in market for like 13 years.
That is
Yeah.
true.
The last PS2 game was fucking PASS in 2015.
Jesus
I think.
God, I think that's true.
Yeah.
At
It's
which point the PS4
probably
was
PS4
out.
was out. Yeah. I'm just thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The correct answer is there were 1,850 games.
That's
I
a
went
lot
with
lower than I
1500.
thought.
Yeah,
That's a lot of games, though.
That's so many games.
This is pre
I think-
indie games being that big of a deal.
I think we talked about,
Don't
or I saw somewhere that N64. I don't even think had 300 games on it.
I would believe that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I guess this is before online distribution. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything had to have a publisher.
Yeah.
all right, let's get into this week's topics. First off, Death Stranding is coming to PC in June. It includes a Half-Life crossover event or content.
And
I
no
guess.
one cares.
Yeah. we'll get there. We'll get
Everyone
there.
stopped talking about Death Stranding like
Hideo
2 months
Kojima
after
cares
it
on
came
Twitter.
out.
Oh boy, let me tell you.
Riot Games reveals the tactical shooter Valorant seems to be a cross between Counter Strike and Overwatch. GDC is postponed after many devs pull out due to coronavirus concerns. The ESA, in relation to that, the ESA reassures everyone that E3 is still going to happen amidst these coronavirus concerns. GOG now has...
That story to get updated today, by the way.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, they basically said now that Los Angeles has basically declared an emergency, they're going to reevaluate that.
Interesting. Well,
so they've sort of said they sort of said it's definitely going to happen. Wait, fuck that. Never mind. Maybe not.
We're not sure we're allowed to say it's going to happen.
Exactly.
Listen, if the 2020 Olympics might not happen, I think E3 is the least of our concerns. GOG now has a 30-day return policy regardless of how long you play the game. Valve says Half Life Alyx is a return to Half Life, not the end of it. Not surprising anybody. Nintendo and Levi's are doing a crossover event. Are we about to get some Super Mario pants, ladies and gentlemen? Call of Duty introduces Tomagunchi, a Tamagotchi-like creature you have to feed with kill streaks.
I'm sorry.
It's really good.
It's like nothing is going to make me play a Call of Duty game in 2020.
No.
But that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Now I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit, should I get Call of Duty?
Just the title of that is the most fucking ridiculous thing I think I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
I love that it's just Tomagunchi and they're just like, come on, sue us.
I mean, even the little video on the article is pretty fucking great.
It's really
Yeah.
bad. Devs and publishers say Google isn't paying them enough to put games on Stadia. The Long Dark drops from GeForce Now is the onus on Nvidia to tell game devs that they're putting their game on the streaming service. And Epic says Superdata is wrong and that Fortnite sales are not slowing down. It's such a good article if anybody actually read it, because they like insult Superdata and then Superdata's like, no, we have a really good reliable way of checking this stuff. So
This is actually our job. It's kind of crazy. We're a business, sir.
Yeah. Fisher, where would you like to take for your first topic?
Let's talk about Tomagunchi. No. Devs and publishers say that Google is not paying them enough to put games on Stadia.
Put them in the ground, son.
So, imagine let's just say Google. The biggest fucking company in anything. Basically only outpowered by Jeffrey Bezos. And you have this great little doohickey, this little thing called Stadia that you pushed. I'm not gonna say it really hard. You pushed okay. You were like, here's some ads. We got a lot of money.
You gave it the old college try.
They gave it like the high school try. It flops because it's terrible. Stadia's terrible. What do you want from me? And you promised basically all of these things, and then none of them came. Especially the what was the number of games they promised?
That was over 100.
100 games within the first like 6 months, or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And they delivered like 5.
Like
They
8 or
have
something.
28 games.
Yeah, it's more than 5, but it's pretty bad.
It's still under a third.
Yeah.
of what
And
they
now you're
promised.
hearing that one of the major reasons that people and most devs and studios don't want to really work on Stadia shit, or like even take the time to port their already made game to Stadia, is because Google won't pay them enough. Google is apparently too strapped for cash to pay for a couple fucking games on their Stadia platform. We talked about this when we first were talking about Stadia, and we were like, Google loves to drop projects. Remember Google Glass? It was going to be the future of everything, and it never happened. Remember Google Fiber? It was going to be the future of internet, and then it never happened. Remember those fucking balloons they were going to put in space to give everyone Wi-Fi?
I don't,
No.
but I believe it.
It was a thing. It was a thing. I think it was like to give Wi-Fi to Africa. Anyway, Stadia is dead.
Yeah.
If Google won't invest any amount of money in it to even get like to even flood the platform with just like cheap ass indie games, I'm sure they could do that for nothing, for pennies.
I mean, friggin' Epic can do it. Why can't Google do it?
Exactly, and they and yeah. So this is a death knell, and it's not even a death knell. It's Google is just like Stadia. I'm not familiar. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not a good look, especially Google being the absolute monolith that it is, to be accused of
Penny pinching.
exactly on its service that is strapped for games.
Quick follow-up question. Announced today, Google Stadia is opening a new first-party studio in LA.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that after this article?
Yeah, didn't they hire someone really big
Yes,
recently?
The
They
studio
hired-
head of Santa Monica Studio who did God of War.
I actually think what's going to happen is that Google is going to they're probably not going to shutter Stadia. They're going to let it limp on for a longer amount of time, but they're actually probably going to convert all the Stadia effort into a consolidated like Google Games studio that exists to make games for, I'm not sure what platform, possibly phones and Stadia, possibly just PC or whatever the fuck, but I think that's the direction they're moving in.
I think in a perfect world they'll still have the groundwork laid for streaming games, and if they start making their own first-party studios, then they can maybe start getting a killer app. I mean, again, this game is not going to come out for at least 2 years.
Exactly. And
but
Stadia will be long dead.
I don't. I think they'd have to switch to a free-to-play model or something like that. But
Well, the thing they need is it doesn't really matter where Stadia is until a couple months, like until the next 8 months from now, when we're getting to holiday season and parents want to buy their kids the new game, but the new game also means buying their kids this $500 console. Why
That's a
do
good
that?
point.
Why do that if they somehow get the tech up and they can get the same game on Stadia without having to buy that?
Well,
it might be slightly
why
worse.
do that when you can just buy your kid a year Games Pass thing and for like $80?
Yeah.
Why do either of that when you're a parent and you don't understand how the internet works, and so you buy them a console?
So that your kid stops talking
God
to you.
damn, that was really funny. All right, moving on from that.
I think there's still a bit of hope, but not a lot.
I think there's no hope.
This would be the turnaround of the century, if they could do it. But hey,
I'll give it a 2% chance.
look at-
2% chance.
look at No Man's Sky. Ian,
That's
you
true.
are up next.
Yeah.
Where
All right.
where would you like to take us?
I think I'm gonna go to a very similar topic to Fisher there, which was, and I'm just trying to find the exact tab.
Nintendo and Levi.
Nvidia.
Very similar.
Nvidia and the Long Dark.
Yeah.
So this one's weird to me because, as far as I can tell, the Nvidia Geforce Now is basically just a rented PC program with proprietary software where they just don't let you do the rest of the PC stuff and just let you play Steam. But GeForce, apparently a bunch of devs are pulling out,
Mm-hmm.
basically saying, "Hey, you never asked us to be on this,"
Mm-hmm.
which again I find weird because are you on it? They're not selling your games. Part of what this is coming to is a fuckload of EULAs have in them that you can't use this game for commercial purposes. So there's a legal argument in there that because Nvidia is getting paid to let you play these games, then they are using that license for commercial purposes, which means they're violating the EULA. And then there's also the legal argument that those EULAs are basically untenable in a court of law because because no one will ever read them.
Mm-hmm.
Even like lawyers don't read those shit.
Really quick, Dapper, can you back that statement up? EULAs do not matter.
What's up? Don't matter.
even the
my
lawyer
boss texted me about going into work tomorrow.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like that's probably important.
We were just laughing about lawyers not paying attention to EULAs. And I said,
Or
is this?
And user licensing agreement.
Yeah.
I'm like, what
Yeah.
Because I EULA.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, if it's important, they'll probably read it. But
sorry.
It's probably a pretty formed document. Most from probably just be like, I know what that generally is going to say.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Going back to you, Ian.
Yeah. So now people are pulling out of GeForce Now, which it's basically, to me, GeForce Now is what Stadia should have been. I know quite a few people who have used it and have said, "Damn, this is good." You know, these are people who came to school with a MacBook Air, wanted to play Fortnite, and discovered that unless you put it down to 240p at low settings, then you can't get more than 20 or than like 10 FPS. But plug in a GeForce Now, or plug into GeForce Now, and you get it. Yeah, so The Long Dark, though, this is an indie studio, like super indie. They made one game, as far as I know. How old is The Long Dark? Like 6 years old?
Yeah, it's been in development for
like
a long
that.
time. I remember playing it in early access, like I think 4 or 5 years ago. So it's old.
Wait, hold up. Am I getting this confused with? Is The Long Dark the one about the Inuits?
It's like you survive. It's like a survival game in, like, I want to say.
Oh fuck! I'm getting this confused
like
then.
cold times.
Oh yeah, I know what game you're talking about. Yeah, different game.
Yeah.
It's really The Long Dark. Actually, really good game. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
All right. Yeah. So Nvidia GeForce Now, I don't think it's going to die. I think a lot of studios are just thinking, "Oh, this is another place where people can buy our game, give us money," and sure, Nvidia gets some money too, but it's not taking ours.
Yeah.
How dare they?
They're not taking a cut. They're just letting people play their Steam games. But then other devs are saying, "Yo, fuck you. What are you trying to do here?"
Yeah, I think for the bigger companies, I mean, the other two that pulled out were Bethesda and Blizzard, which, like, in their case, honestly, I'm surprised they don't have a streaming service up already, or at least they're probably trying to work on it. So I could understand them pulling out.
So I can play all of those great Bethesda games and all those great Blizzard games.
I think the argument I was hearing online for why they would be doing this is that there's a chance that people might have to buy their game on another platform to experience it there, so they might actually get extra sales if their game is not on Nvidia GeForce Now, which is so, like, to me, but
like,
I'm sure
like,
there's,
I guess.
Yeah, it's like, the other day, for example, I literally wanted to play Portal 2 on my television so me and my girlfriend could do some couch co-op, and I was like, fuck, I only have it on Steam, and she's not going to play with me on my computer. So I was like, okay, well, I guess we're not playing Portal 2. and I like considered like, should I just buy it again on PlayStation? And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Just the principle of it. So I didn't buy Portal 2 again, and they didn't get me. But who knows?
Portal 2 like $5 though?
Oh yeah, it's super cheap. Actually, I think I looked it up. It was like 15, and I was like, oh fuck off. It was $5. I'd buy it.
Yeah, fuck off with that shit.
That's too much.
The game's like 10 years old.
to buy again, yeah.
Yeah. All right. We have spent
Game
literally
money
6
game.
minutes on this topic. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's go.
Mizuki, where would you like to take us next?
We'll do something quick. Death Stranding's coming to PC in June,
All
including
right.
Half-Life crossover content.
Break it down.
All right. So it is pretty much what it said.
Mhm.
Death Stranding's coming to PC in June.
Mm.
Guess what? Don't fucking buy it. It's a waste of goddamn $60, $40, $50. Don't bother.
Oh my god.
You're gonna like play for a few hours and be like, ooh, this is rough, and then we'll get a few hours of wow, this is fun, and then you'll get kicked in the face with the rest of the game that sucks dick. Don't waste your goddamn time. Don't waste your goddamn money. Doesn't matter if they add widescreen, like ultra widescreen support. Who fucking cares? Go play a different, prettier game.
Is that all you're gonna say on this topic?
I guess the only other thing is like, all right, cool. PlayStation published games are gonna maybe start making it to PC along with like probably Horizon Zero Dawn from rumors,
Yeah,
and the fact that it uses the same engine as this game.
that's a good point.
I'm very excited for Horizon Zero Dawn on PC.
How long until someone hacks the thing we can see Norman Reedus' dick?
I don't know if they would have
Probably
animated it in
Negative
the
5
game.
days.
I was gonna say probably under a week.
Yeah,
Negative
time.
Actually, someone might have already done that for PS4. Like you can
Honestly, yeah,
still hack
probably.
some shit on PS4. So
Well,
wouldn't shock me if you went to some dark corners and could find the Norman Reedus dick in Death Stranding.
I mean, presumably
I'm
they
looking
didn't.
it up right now.
They didn't actually design
Didn't
it in the
actually model
game. You model it. Thank you,
David Cage has entered the chat.
Dreadnought in the chat also says, "Look at these five handsome fuckers." Thank you, Dreadnought. The only game I can think of where they did that was what was it?
Beyond Two Souls, the David Cage game where they modeled Ellen Page nude and got sued for it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was rough.
Oh,
I forgot about
they
that one.
did. That was weird and wrong.
That
Well, no, they did it.
bad.
They did it in
That was mucho bad.
There's other games where they've like modeled genitalia, and then even fucking League of Legends had it initially.
Yeah.
Really. What was the
Nidalee had it in her model, and they had to fucking remove it later because
That's
people
so
got model
wild. viewers
viewers and were like, "Whoa, she has a vagina."
That's wild.
And the artist got fired.
What's
Yeah.
the sequel to the hacking game that Ubisoft
Watch
first
Dogs?
Watch Dogs 2 had nude models for its NPCs. And,
Oh,
and
really?
people were like knocking out the NPCs, and then you could see up their skirts, and I was like, "Yep, that's a
You can see-
vagina."
wait, you can see Hog in Watch Dogs? I gotta get on Watch Dogs.
And it was like the unhacked version of the game. I'm pretty sure.
Watch Dogs Legion, here we come.
Moral of the story, though:
Yes.
don't
Don't
buy
model genitalia.
Death Stranding.
Oh.
And even though they're putting Half-Life content in it, doesn't matter. You're not getting Half-Life 3. Stop having hope.
that franchise is
I want to donate a point that I don't have yet to Mizuki because I like Donkey because Donkey on Death Stranding always deserves respect.
All right, I'll order that. Dreadnought in the chat says BMX XXX. Yes, that is actually the BMX XX. Was that the original title? I can't remember.
Oh,
but
yeah,
I do remember that game. Dapper, where would you like to take us for your first topic?
All right, somehow no one grabbed the Tomagunchi. So
I don't know why. Y'all are
I'm
fucking
going
up.
all in on that.
This is easy memes into dreams topic right here.
I'm going all in on that.
Please tell us about the Tomagunchis.
All right, so the new Call of Duty game has added a Tamagotchi style pet in game
Mhm.
called the Tomagunchi, and basically it's just like a Tamagotchi, except your Tamagotchi is a psychopath who feeds off of death and violence and grows stronger as you draw more blood and feed the Reaper, which is amazing and terrifying and why and yes please all at the same time.
Yeah.
So yeah, apparently it's like 1,000 COD points for $10, and your character in game will be wearing a little Tamagotchi style watch with your Tomagunchi. There's like several different kind of pets you can have, and it survives by you getting kill streaks. So
It's
you
so
know, you
good.
just gotta play Call of Duty, murder people, and feed their souls to your digital wristbands. I don't know who this is appealing to. I don't know what
Me.
The answer is
Everyone, everyone, dude.
I don't. I guess I wouldn't have guessed the intersection between COD players and nostalgic Tamagotchi lovers is that big, but maybe it is, and maybe this is secretly genius. And even if it's not, it's fucking hilarious.
I'll say this.
Maybe the only good thing Call of Duty has done in the last decade.
I'll say this, like even the fact that it is a $10 you're buying on this, I've heard no bad press about this. And honestly, if I had this $60 game, I probably would spend the extra $10 to get this thing that from what I understand, literally in the middle of a match, you know, your first person shooter, you can literally stop to check your wrist pet, which is fucking wild.
You'll be holding your M6 rifle, and you can just go, "Oh, how's my pet doing?
That's
oh,
so funny.
Better go kill some people."
It's so funny. God.
Live. My enemies die, so my pet may live.
Yeah, and it's like if you do bad, your pet starves and dies. Like, it's so fucking hilarious. Like, such a good.
You know, we talk about a lot on Bear what was the golden age of video games. I never thought we'd live to see it, but here we are.
Here we are.
Fancy that title. For
We're living in it. We're living in it. It's so good, and I'm excited to see how this plays out for them because, goddamn, I think it's clever. Honestly, I would love to see a whole game built around this concept, but
We'll Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah, they should make a sequel or have an add-on with that. That would be a great idea. All right, going back around the order. I'm going to make these shorter because we are starting to run a little long here.
Yeah.
Do we want to cut it to a minute each? Is that too short? These topics aren't that interesting, right?
We just gotta fly.
All right, I'm going to stop everybody at a minute. How about that?
All right.
Fisher, you're up first. Where would you like to take us?
Oh boy, I got a conspiracy theory about Half-Life.
Oh baby, tell me about that Half-Life.
Those liars over at Valve claim that Half Life Alyx is a return to Half Life. It's not like the end of the finale. We knew it wasn't the end of the finale because it's about Alex, and who gives a fuck about Alex Vance?
Damn.
Fucking come at me, internet. So I think that this actually wasn't originally a Half-Life game. And Valve is actually using this as a way to test if the Half-Life brand still has enough staying power to actually be worthwhile. That's really it. We're flying. Let's go.
You got it. I mean, you still have 20 seconds if you wanted to try and get more points, but sure.
Half-Life's been gone for so long, and like I don't think Valve is necessarily sure if like the Half-Life memes are actually like an indicator of people's willingness to buy it. So they think they can do this, which is a safe way to get more people to buy their VR thing that no one's going to buy because it's a VR thing. And also get a gauge on like how relevant Half-Life still is and if they're actually going to make any money off this fucking franchise.
I'm very excited to see the answer to that. Moving on, Ian, you're up next.
All right, let's talk about GOG. GOG institutes 30-day refund policy, which is so good.
It really is.
Because, listen, when Steam released its refund policy a couple years ago, that's like 1 week and less than 2 hours, people were saying, oh, people are just going to buy short games, play them, and then return them. Can I get a show of hands? How many of y'all have done that?
I have now, thanks to friggin' one game.
I refunded one game on Steam.
Yeah.
Okay, no. What I mean is, how many of you have played a game that you liked but was short, finished it, and returned it?
No, absolutely not.
I have
because at that point, just fucking pirate it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So GOG does 30 days, and I think that's perfectly fine.
And
it's just going to get people more on their site, which is already the best store for video games.
Extremely user friendly.
Yeah,
I disagree with that. Their gifting policies are ass.
but it's DRM free. That's all I got.
Couldn't fucking send my brother-in-law the goddamn Witcher 3 DLC. It took me 3 months to get it to him.
Ouch. What you do? Send it through
Yes.
fucking U.S. Postal Service? God damn.
No, GOG was a pain in the dick. All right.
He's got strong opinions on GOG. Take it away for your second topic.
Let's go with the E3 coronavirus stuff.
Oh, thank God. I want to hear somebody
So-
talk about this.
All right, so LA, especially with the new stuff from today. So LA County, where E3 is held, in the middle of LA, is like, yo, state of emergency to deal with coronavirus shit. So E3 is like 90% not happening.
Yeah.
I say this as someone that already bought a ticket to E3.
Oof.
Like, they'll refund me. It's fine. I'm
Yeah.
local. But like, they're like, oh, it'll all be fine. We're definitely gonna have E3. There are no issues. And then LA County's just like, yo, fuck you.
There are issues.
State of emergency, and now
Sorry, we're a
ESA.
city and you're a video game conference.
ESA is
We're a
like, ooh,
city.
fuck. So yeah, E3 is not happening this year. It might be a death knell for E3. We'll see. Between like Jeff Keighley and and Sony and all those other people pulling out, and the coronavirus may be the thing that actually kills E3. It may have a non-human death count in its death count.
There it is.
Jason Schreier, is that how I pronounce his name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Had a great tweet where he basically said E3 getting canceled is going to teach game companies how much money they can save
Yes.
and how little they lose by not going to E3.
Yeah, I think
And it will and because of that will be E3's death knell.
if
And I agree 100% with that tweet.
yeah,
Wouldn't surprise me.
I think Dapper, you and I have had very differing opinions on the importance and relevance of E3. I think after this last year, I think you're 100% right now. E3, yeah, I think this is going to be
might be it.
horrifically bad for.
Just fucking drop your trailers whenever. Say, hey, we dropped a trailer.
Yeah.
You don't need E3.
But I do.
Put a tweet 3 days in advance saying, "Hey,
But
everyone, pay
you
attention,
do need to go
having a huge
massage
trailer."
Jeff Keighley's dick. At his
I
shitty
hate.
game- at
I
his
will
shitty
never.
game
I will.
show.
I will never let you get away with just dunking on him constantly. The man isn't bad. He cares
Dude.
about video games.
Fucking dude, do we have tape of our fucking E3 reaction? Sorry, of our Game Awards reactions.
Yeah, we do.
Halfway through, everyone in that call was like, "Yo, fuck Jeff Keighley."
I don't think that's true, but sure. I think that
I mean,
just...
I was drunk as hell, so I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah, you were really drunk on that.
Egomaniac.
God damn. All right, Dapper, your actual topic, please.
All right, let's just talk about Riot's new project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Valorant.
again, as we all know, Riot Games. Riot Games treats women pretty shittily. But also, as we know, Riot Games is trying to live up to the games part of its name.
Hey.
And one of the things we got information on was Project A, which is their tactical shooter.
Mm-hmm.
We officially have a name for it and a
Mhm.
little bit more information.
Mhm.
The game is going to be called Valorant, and like we thought, it is going to be a class-based shooter, but it looks to be sort of a blend between Overwatch and CS:GO.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it looks kind of cool. They have some information on classes already and some gameplay previews. Honestly, could be pretty fun, especially since I actually do truly think Overwatch esports does not have a good shelf life.
No.
No.
So I think if this is any good, it's going to draw a large amount of Overwatch pros over to that.
Hmm.
And the only thing I hope is that it is much more like CS:GO than it is like Overwatch, because Overwatch is bad because it's a nightmare balance and thus unfun competitively. So I hope, and I think Riot's smart enough to know that the more in that Overwatch to Counter Strike scale, the more you lean towards Counter Strike, the better end result you're going to get. And hopefully that is what it is, because it could be decently fun. But also fuck Riot.
Got him.
Fuck
Where's
Riot.
my fighting game, you cowards?
I think that one
Dead.
would suck actually, but
I've played it. It's great.
is it?
Rising Thunder is one of my favorite fighting games ever made, and it was only around for like 6 months before those bastards killed it.
Dang.
Also, if you haven't seen the gameplay footage, it does look a lot more like CS:GO.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
As somebody who used to
Overwatch is bad.
be very much into Counter Strike back in my was that Xbox One days? No, it had to be Xbox 360 because the online multiplayer.
Yeah.
That game consumed me for a while. So I'm excited, hesitantly excited to play this game. But that is going to do it for this week. Ian, Fisher, and Mizuki, it's time to go home and become family men because this week's winner is the Dapper Dastard. Dapper, are you ready for your minute to win it?
Yeah, sure.
Confident as ever. Please take it away.
So I was really hoping I was going to win next week's episode because that would have been I would have won on the episode that's Friday the 13th. But most importantly, I would have used the entire minute to win it to tell everyone to watch Beastars on Netflix. But I had to fucking win this week instead, so it's less time appropriate. So just in case I don't win next week, because I probably won't win 3 weeks in a row, on Friday, March 13th, the Beastars anime hits Netflix in the US, and you should all watch that because I fucking demand it, and it's really goddamn good. And that's pretty much all I got.
What's really quick? What is Beastars?
It's a furry. It's an anime.
Oh, I know exactly which one you're talking about now. Okay, yeah.
Is that like Transformers Beast Wars by any chance?
God damn it, I wish.
I'm out. I'm out.
That was the fucking jam. All right.
Beast Wars fucking slaps.
Maybe the best Transformers series.
Not a maybe.
I'm glad we all agree here.
No, you're right. It was the best.
So, really quick, we are going to stop the stream for probably about 1 minute, or maybe even less than that, just so I can set up, and we'll lose as small as viewers as possible. So we can go into our Kentucky Route Zero video game book club, where we are going to probably dunk on, but also defend this game. It's going to be interesting. It was a really good game to talk about.
Sometimes at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. But like we mentioned before, also there's a new video up on the channel for the best indie games I got to play at PAX. Please check that out. Next week's episode is probably going to go up on Friday. We're probably going to record on Friday because I will be out of town for a week. Is there anything else to plug? Anything from you all?
No.
Hopefully my video comes out next week.
Yeah. We should have a video up by Mizuki on the...
Hopefully my video comes out the week after that.
Yeah. Mizuki's video should be on what is the golden age of video gaming. So look out for that sometime this upcoming week. But until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.